The Kingdom of Bahrain and United Arab Emirates have announced the launch of a project to restore and rehabilitate two archaeological houses in the town of Muharraq. The announcement was made during a ceremony held in Manama by Her Excellency Sheikh Hamay bint Mohammed Al Khalifa, President of Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities and Chairperson of Trustees of Sheikh Ibrahim Center for Culture and Research, and Her Excellency Noura bint Mohammed Al Kaabi, Minister of Culture and Knowledge Development.
It's a cooperation with a strategic value, with historical as well relationship between the UAE and the Kingdom of Bahrain. Today it's a moment where we announce two homes that reflects the values of Sheikh Zayed and as well the values of the individuals who lived in both homes in Muharraq. We are proud to have such a relationship with Sheikh Ibrahim Center, and I also thank Sheikh Hamay for her support and her belief that what we can do is we can inspire youth, we can also make them proud to preserve, maintain and promote their heritage and tradition.
The project is a result of a bilateral agreement that was signed on the sidelines of the Joint Emirati-Bahraini Committee in Manama late last year. Speaking on the occasion, Sheikh Sultan bin Hamdan bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE Ambassador to Bahrain, emphasized the depth and strength of distinguished brotherly relations between the two countries, which are based on common history and vision. He pointed out the restoration of the two archaeological houses in Muharraq deepened the historical and cultural dimension between the peoples of both countries.
It's very important to show the cooperation between the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, between the Bahraini youth and the Emirati youth. This is an extension of cultural collaboration between the two countries. We are considered to be one nation, especially under the year of the late Sheikh Zayed. We are very proud of extending this collaboration into a physical project that will be seen this October. And we think it's a great assurance for how important the relationship between Bahrain and the UAE is. I think we must all be very grateful to Sheikh Hamay bint Mohammed Al Khalifa, the head of Sheikh Ibrahim Center for Culture and Research. She's the one who has initiated this, but also for Her Excellency, the Minister of Culture, Noura Al Kaabi. She also took this initiative forward, and she brought in a lot of the Emirati youngsters today who are going to be mentored with us through this project. And it's also a statement to showcase the importance of and the love that we have for Sheikh Zayed in the heart of Muharraq, inshallah.
During the ceremony, Her Excellency Al Kaabi announced houses will be named Nuzul al-Salam and Greenhouse. The names were selected carefully to reflect traits of late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan character. Sheikh Zayed was a man of peace, humanity and tolerance. He paid special attention to the environment and agriculture and sought to expand green landscapes in the UAE. Therefore, both houses will bear his name. These houses will become platform for the promotion of the Gulf and international culture and art through seminars and festivals that contribute to the preservation of Gulf culture and preserve it for further generations.
It's of a really good importance to understand, to preserve the cultural heritage that is here in Bahrain, and that it is being acknowledged by the Emirates and supported is extremely helpful, because it's a very good impulse to continue the work that Sheikh Hamay Al Khalifa is doing here in Bahrain. Let's say these are two projects for the Sheikh Ibrahim Center. One is Nuzul al-Salam, which is an old house here in Muharraq that is being renovated and rehabilitated to become a boutique hotel. And the other project is a new building that builds upon the history of building that you see typically here in Muharraq. I'm extremely grateful to work with Sheikh Hamay. She's a very generous and very trustful person, and I really believe in her and her focus on the heritage of Muharraq.
Nuzul al-Salam will be a destination for visitors of the Pearling Trail and the historic town. It will be restored to reflect authentic Bahraini architecture, which will allow visitors to experience the Bahraini way of life and the kingdom's urban environment. The greenhouse will be transformed into a library for the archiving of art in Bahrain in general and the restoration of manuscripts, as well as the preservation of books and paintings. The building hosts a vertical garden that is unique to the Middle East and contains 200 species of plants, mostly from subtropical and desert regions around the world, such as the Mediterranean basin, the Middle East, Australia, and South Africa. His Excellency Sheikh Hisham bin Abdul Rahman Al Khalifa, Governor of the Capital Governorate, honored 11 winners in a contest of decorating public and private buildings. The competition is in its 8th year and included 4 fields: government, private, educational, and hotel sectors. In addition to the 11 honored, the governor also honored 5 winners of the photography competition. The competition was done through the application of the official governorate's Instagram account. It was held by the Capital Governorate on the occasion of the country's celebrations of the national days. The ceremony was attended by dignitaries and representatives of the concerned authorities and included many invitees.
Bahrain National Theatre opened in November 2012 under the patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The Bahrain National Theatre hosted a number of global performances from some of the world's foremost artists, such as the Orchestra of the 21st Century of Russia, legendary composer Yanni, Spanish opera superstar Placido Domingo, the Bolshoi and Mariinsky ballets from Russia, and El Divo. In addition, the museum hosted a number of cultural activities, including the 39th Annual Bahrain Fine Arts Festival and Korean Tradition Costumes Fashion Show, as well as press conferences and awards ceremonies. In addition to its main auditorium, the Bahrain National Theatre contains a cafeteria and an outdoor hall which overlooks the lake, as well as a smaller hall which can accommodate up to 100 people, used for training, press conferences, and a small celebration. The Bahrain National Theatre is one of the largest theatres in the Arab world and is the 3rd largest opera house in the Arab world after the Cairo Opera House in Egypt and the Royal Opera House Muscat in Oman. Bahrain National Theatre is considered the crowning achievement in the kingdom's long-standing efforts to enrich and develop local culture for many decades, as evidenced by a history full of achievements, including establishing the first school in the GCC in 1925 and first radio station in 1941, in addition to a large number of cultural halls and institutes.
Transportation and Telecommunications Ministry has completed the installation of high-quality power generating system using solar energy on the roofs of a number of the newly built bus stations. This came in line with Bahrain Economic Vision 2030 and the government's keenness to encourage the use of natural resources to generate clean and renewable electricity and preserve the environment, and in order to achieve sustainable development in Bahrain. Integrine Technology, which is specialized in the production of power generation system in Bahrain, has been contracted to install the solar panels and other components of stage and control of the system. The technology is taking advantage of the abundant solar energy in the kingdom to produce electricity at lower cost while reducing dependence on fossil fuels and thus reducing the harmful emissions. Close coordination was held with officials of Sustainable Energy Unit and other interested bodies to install these panels that, at first based on a number of 32 bus stop stations, to generate electricity that can be used to illuminate the stations and advertisement panels. The solar power will also be used to operate the real-time passenger information screens that will be installed at later phase. The project is part of the ministry's strategic plans to implement renewable energy projects to achieve the national goals and its constant interest in improving and developing mass transport facilities and services in the kingdom, Nada Yusuf Dean, Assistant Undersecretary Land Transport, said. Royal Charity Organization Secretary General Dr. Mustafa Sayed patronized an artistic event comprising handicrafts products and family entertainment activities whose revenues will be in part to support orphan education. Dr. Sayed said the event aims to boost the community partnership with individuals and institutions through charitable work undertaken by the Royal Charity Organization RCO and create new opportunities for orphan families. He added that the artistic training sessions during the event aim to integrate RCO-sponsored children with their peers to demonstrate their talents at one of the leading shopping malls to build their confidence for a life career. A chalk, fabric, glass, sand, and stone painting free corner also constitute part of the event that will continue until February 18th. The National Bureau for Revenue (NBR) held a workshop on the treatment of VAT in the real estate sector, during which the NBR addresses all of the sector's VAT inquiries to ensure effective implementation of VAT. The workshop attracted 45 representatives from 35 registered real estate companies and recapped general VAT concepts and sector-specific VAT treatment and policies. During the workshop, the NBR affirmed its commitment to continue organizing workshops that increase public and private stakeholders' awareness regarding the treatment of the VAT across all sectors, in addition to advancing public-private cooperation. The Sunni Endowments Council has endorsed the formation of High Committee spearheaded by the Council's chairman, Rashid bin Mohammed Al Hajri. The committee will convene annual seminars entitled Moderateness of Religious Discourse in association with official institutions and universities in Bahrain. The committee will study the concept of moderateness from various perspectives, primarily the relationship of the individual person with Almighty Allah and his interaction within the community based upon fairness and justice and keenness on social stability and peace to consolidate the foundations of such values, Sheikh Rashid said. Dr. Al-Hajri added the issues of pulpit discourse should be unbiased and clearly envisioned as to shine enmity, tolerance, and act as principal proponents of security and stability within the society. The committee aims to demonstrate the importance of moderate pulpit discourse and its benefits in real life. Experts will be invited to present scientific papers and their views at the seminars to promote moderate pulpit discourse. Bahrain Authority for Culture and Equities BACA President Sheikh Hamay bint Mohammed Al Khalifa received International Peace Institute IPI Executive Director for the Middle East and North Africa Najib Afriji. He presented to BACA Chief the draft international meeting, which will be held by the International Peace Institute IPI in cooperation with Al Babtin Cultural Foundation, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO, and Leiden University. The planned event will shed light on efforts to consolidate peace by conserving the cultural heritage in countries which face crisis and wars, particularly some states. BACA President Sheikh Hamay bint Mohammed Al Khalifa will attend the international meeting along with a number of presidents, ministers, and high-level officials. BACA chief hailed the IPI-led efforts and initiatives, stressing the importance of preserving materials and immaterial heritage. The IPI Regional Executive Director thanked BACA chief for its effort to promote cultural life in Bahrain.
See your face in every sunrise, so many ways